Hi there, we are going to make our way to the big Goodwill, and you know it's going to be a good day at Goodwill when this is the first thing that you spy right when you walk in the door. This is a green L.E. Smith Moon and Stars covered candy dish. I ran into Simply Stephanie from Simply Stephanie the shop. I ran into Simply Stephanie. I think I just ran into Stephanie from Simply Stephanie the shop, and we were talking about how, ooh, look at the green glass. I've sold this before in the past. It doesn't go for very high money. It looks like it should. The markings on it, where it originated from, but for $4, no, it's not worth picking up, in my opinion. I just don't think they sell very high. The Halloween section is getting pretty sparse. This was interesting. It looked like it has a paper mache head and he didn't have any feet. This is a bottom to a Harmony Kingdom. And I wish I had found the top because these are really sweet little trinket dishes out of the United Kingdom. And I did put it in my cart hoping to find the head on my shopping adventures today. We're making our way into the white section. I thought this was interesting. It looked like it was a candle lamp shade, but then they had taped something green, a bowl or something to the top. And then there was a whole bunch of this dishware on the end cap. I thought this was really neat. This was marked North Pole, Alaska. It is that swirly brown glaze. I had picked up one of these before and left it there because I thought it was more, probably it was handmade, but it looked just not as handcrafted to me, but this one did, and I liked how the bottom was marked. This was interesting. I thought it was a bowl, but the rough spot on the bottom made me think you just set it up like that on the shelf. Just making my way through the white section to see if there's anything interesting. Giving you a gander at the shelves. I was kind of thinking this was going to be a good day because I just got that L.E. Smith in my cart, and I was hoping to find some other treasures, and I'm pretty excited about what I find in a little bit, and I hope you are too. I think this hobbyist piece was for hot dogs. I've seen those before. This looked like a sake bottle. And then I found a Mary Englebright trinket box. It didn't have the trinket inside it. And I've been back to this store since this filming, and it's still there on the shelf. They tend to put a lot of different figurines on this end cap, so I'm looking around to see. I didn't want to miss anything. And in this box, it said fragrance candle, and I was wondering if they thought maybe it was a fairy light. But it was a fragrance candle. So I left that there, and then I realized, look, I was winning. And there were some other bells on the shelf. This. Hello. Oh. Are you kidding me? I couldn't believe it. And then I was distracted by this cow. I think it's a wine holder. It needed some underwear. And then I went back to the Eldritch rabbit. I couldn't believe my luck, and I quickly but carefully put it in my cart. Made in China. Two-piece squatty potty. Oh, so tiny. For $3.99. It's a good deal. Here's a doll. It's this doll. Oh. There was this giant, I mean, this was huge and heavy for $12.99 Yadro looking figurine, but I put that back when I saw that there wasn't any marking on it. And then I continued looking here, and then there was this little soapstone figurine. These are made in Canada. They don't sell for too much money, but I just kind of have like a special place in my heart for them. I think it's super cute, and I like the look on the seal's face. Jenny thought it was super cute when I brought it home. I like this, but it had a chip right there in the front, so I left that there. And then I found another owl, but it was also chipped up as well. So that stayed on the shelf. And then I found this little plastic crocheted bowl, I guess you could use it as, but I wasn't really feeling it, so I did leave that there. And then I spied across the way, that right there, that is was sold by IKEA. I've sold these before, And the ones I had before was the boy and the girl, and they had some damage and they still sold. This one also has some damage, but it's not as obvious as the other one. So I thought she was in pretty good shape. So I took her, and I was just looking at these. I think they were trivets or a craft project or something. And this was a canoe. It was probably for some kind of cheese spread because it had these little knives for your hors d'oeuvres. I was seeing if it was anything that I wanted to pick up, but I decided not to. You can see how crowded the shelves are. This was a hand-painted wood plaque piece, but I left that as well. And there was a lot of people here that day, so I am real close to the shelves and getting real close to the camera here. This was interesting. It looked like DNA. Doesn't it look like DNA kind of? Then I thought these were pretty interesting. That says Watt and Shand, and that was a department store in downtown Lancaster. But then the one on the right said Pier 39, and to me, I think of San Francisco, and there's even a cable car. And then the one in the back was from some other place. So I thought that was very, very interesting. These were really neat. I thought about it for a second, but they were priced individually. And then to me, it looked like someone had written that on whoever made the hobby. I think these are hobbyist pieces. They had kind of written them on. I didn't really like how they had wrote the names of the spices. This was $15.99. So it went right back on the shelf. Oh gosh. Goodwill tends to really like to jack up the prices on glass, which is unfortunate because it's just going to sit there and then it's going to get damaged. Oh, there's a nativity. Oh, his head's broken. Oh, the angel's head is broken. You have a wise man, Jesus, somebody with a cake, a wise man, Mary, and Joseph with a broken head. It's a shame. That's pretty. Strawberry. That's pretty. A flower. This is the top to a fairy light. If they had the bottom. Where's the bottom? What's that? So I've come to know that this is Bill Campbell pottery. It's signed Campbell on the bottom, and I am now aware of the look of Bill Campbell pottery. I only found one of those, but I'm glad I found the one, and I only spied it because I was looking for the bottom to the fairy lamp, and I never found. I just saw the shade. They had this taped together, and I thought I knew it was a toothpick holder, but I thought, why are they taping this together? And they weren't taping it together. They were taping the price tag onto it. That confused me for a second. You see the sign in my cart? That is for my friend Andrea, who has the collection of nativities. I made a video of all her nativities that she sets up each year last year. So be sure and look for that video if you haven't seen it already. She has a huge collection of nativities and nutcrackers, and it's really, really interesting to see. So be sure and check out that video. So that sign is for her. And I'm looking again, seeing maybe if the fairy lamp base is over here. There was a giant 2-piece, I'm not sure what that was. It was split in half, and it wasn't a cookie jar. Maybe they were canisters that were shoved together because they had lids. I bet that's what it was. I bet those were canisters shoved together to look like one big basket. Oh, that's a cute idea, but too big for shipping. Okay, now I know. I learn again when I'm watching my videos back. I had walked by the boy earlier, so when I saw the girl, I decided to put them together. They're looking for each other. Where are you? There you are. And there you are. And then I spied this. At first I thought this would be really hard to drink out of. And then I thought, is it decorative? And I've seen it listed as decorative or as a champagne flute. I think it's more decorative. Please let me know if you know exactly what this is. I think I'm going to vote for decorative. Please cast your vote. Is it to drink out of or decorative use only? Regardless, I really like the blue glass. These look more contemporary home decor pieces all put together. So I checked those out and moved on. I noticed these mugs here. I thought about it for a second, but I'm trying not to buy mugs. And then, of course, you know, I'll buy mugs. But on this trip, I was trying not to buy mugs. I thought these were pretty neat. Table runners. There's 2 of them for $7. These peg things, wow. What? $3. They're selling them for $3. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. Ew, and that's a toothbrush holder. Ugh, yuck, gross. Up here, click all this stuff here. Why is there so much of this stuff? What is it? Fate Maine, $3.99. $3.99. I don't know what Fate Maine is. All right, let's look it up. $3.99. And these are $3.99. And it goes like that. That has a chip there. This has a chip. They're all kind of chippered. Is this one chipped? That one's not chipped. And then this is like a different, like a sugar bowl or something. And then they have this pitcher. Kind of like that. Like that. They're all chipped to some degree, so they're going to stay here. You know, I do like them. I did take the picture though. It's Italy, $4.99. This canister was here last time we were here. Now it has a big old crack in it. $4.99. This is West Coast Pottery. That's neat. That's nice. I think it's plastic. It is. It's plastic. Oh, that's broken. That's dangerous. Oh, here's some more of that stuff. Escaped over here. I almost got this painting and I thought it was an original. It was signed. You could tell it was signed. It had a lot of wear from where it was in the frame at the bottom of it. And I thought, well, that's really neat. Look, it's signed, it's date, it's numbered. And then when I flipped it over onto the back, it was numbered a certain out of a total number. And then that made me think this isn't an original. I could be completely wrong, but that was my thinking, that this, because she had numbered, it was like 5 out of 100. So this wasn't an actual, it was a print. I felt it was a print on the canvas. Could be completely wrong, but that was my thinking, why to leave it. And plus, it had a lot of wear on it. They had a whole bunch of these planters on an end cap, and I do love planters. I thought this was neat with the blue and white swirl. So I did take my time to take all the tissue out of it. I'm not sure why they kept the paper in there. It was really stuffed in there. I'm going to hold you close while we take the paper out. And then it was really, really worn inside. So I left that on the shelf. Jenny has one of these, so I thought that was cute, but I did not buy it. And we're looking in the Christmas section here. Stephanie had picked these canisters up, and then no one wanted them on her sale, so she offered them to me, and I said sure. And they're neat because they're tin, and then they have plastic lids but wooden handles, and they will all fit inside each other for shipping, so it'll be easy to ship these, and they're lightweight, and they have that vintage look to them. So I said, of course. So I was opening them and showing them to you. You can also see a Pokemon on my handlebar. Guess who that's for? And this had chips on it. These always have chips, it seems like. These poor things. I don't know if they're just so super delicate or people were really rambunctious back in the day when they used to put things on the shelf. That'd be funny if that was true. People were just like rammy and threw things on the shelf, and that's why those flowers are always chipped. I'm sure that's not the case. I decided to put this back because I never did find the head. And then I had temporarily put this in my cart, and I put that back on the shelf. So I'm trying something new, turning the items around, and I get seasick very, very easily. So I am being very conscious of not putting a whole bunch of rotating things in, one after the other, because I don't want to make you sick. So I hope you like this new little format to see kind of a 360 view of the items. These are obviously everything that I picked up on this trip to Goodwill. See how she spins around. Jenny helped me do that one. There are all 3 canisters together. And then look, you can see all of the sides of the pottery. That's so pretty. Look at that. And then coming up next is the L.E. Smith. There's a tiny little bit of chips to it, but forgivable chips. This is also your friendly reminder that this limited edition merch will be available until Wednesday, November 15th, 2022 through bonfire.com. Details are in this video's description, and the run will go until the 15th, and then it will stop. We do have the original design that is permanently available. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having as great a day as she is, and I'll see ya.